We've all been there, right in the middle of something important, like a job interview or a first date, when suddenly our nerves jump into the driver's seat, steering us into a storm of sweaty palms and stuttered words. It feels like we're just passengers in our own bodies, completely at the mercy of our racing hearts and chaotic thoughts. But what if I told you that some of the wisest minds in history, the Stoics, mastered the art of keeping cool under pressure long before the term anxiety entered our daily vocabulary? Today, we're diving deep into their world to uncover secrets that aren't just about enduring life's pressures, but thriving through them. So, if you've ever felt overwhelmed by your emotions or reactions, stick around. These insights are game changers. We're about to take a journey back in time to learn how you can harness ancient Stoic strategies to remain the master of your emotions and actions, no matter what life throws your way. If you find value in what we're about to dive into, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with someone who could really use it. Let's get started. Habit 1. Understanding emotions. Imagine your emotions are like a well-intentioned friend who doesn't always know when to back off. They aren't your enemy. Rather, they are crucial signals that help guide you through threats, celebrate your victories, and deepen your connections with others. However, if we don't learn to manage them, these same emotions can overpower our logic, thanks to the ancient wiring in our brains designed for a much different lifestyle than we lead today. Think about it this way: when an emotion fires up, it's akin to an alarm bell ringing in your brain, a loud, urgent sound that doesn't really care if you were in the middle of something important. This alarm can go off before your rational mind has a chance to lace up its boots and get to work, which can leave you feeling overwhelmed and out of control. But here's the kicker: you're not at the mercy of this internal alarm system. This is where Stoicism comes into play. Stoicism teaches us that it's not the emotions themselves that need to be controlled or suppressed, but rather our reactions to them. It's about acknowledging that while we might not be able to control when or how strong an emotion hits us, we do have the power to decide what happens next. The goal here is not to become emotionless, but to harness the ability to pause and respond instead of react. So how do we do this? It starts with recognition. By becoming aware of the triggers and signs of our emotions, we can begin to anticipate and understand them better. This doesn't happen overnight. It requires practice, patience, and a bit of introspection. But learning to see these emotional signals for what they are, informative, not directive, gives us the chance to step up to the helm and steer our responses in a direction that aligns with our values and goals. In mastering this, we not only improve our own lives, but also set a foundation for healthier relationships, better decision-making, and a more fulfilling life. Habit 2. Stoic views on emotions. The Stoics believed that emotions result from our judgments about the world. For example, if you believe that being interrupted in a meeting is a personal slight, you're likely to feel anger. Here's where Stoicism gets interesting. It teaches us that by changing our judgments, we can change our emotional responses. It's not about denying what you feel, but about questioning the assumptions that underlie those feelings. Consider Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher, who faced adversities that would overwhelm any person: political intrigue, war, and plague, to name a few. He famously said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." What he meant was that external events do not have to dictate our internal state. We can choose our responses, and in our responses lies our growth and freedom. Another Stoic, Epictetus, emphasized that it's not what happens to us, but how we interpret what happens to us that determines our emotional reactions. It's not things that upset us, he said, but our judgment about things. This is a powerful shift in perspective because it places control back into our own hands. We may not be able to control the first flash of emotion, that immediate gut-level reaction, but we can control what comes next. We can pause, reflect, and decide not to follow through with a negative emotion based on false assumptions. What's truly liberating about the Stoic approach is its practical application. It's not just a theory, it's a daily practice. The Stoics use techniques such as premeditation of future hardships, known as premeditatio malorum, to lessen the impact of emotional surprises. By contemplating potential negative outcomes, they prepared themselves to face challenges with a balanced mind. This exercise isn't about pessimism. Rather, it's about equipping oneself with the mental fortitude to remain steady in any situation. Through these teachings, Stoicism offers a compelling invitation to see life not as a series of emotional disruptions, but as an opportunity to cultivate strength, resilience, and a deep-seated peace that comes from knowing you can handle whatever life throws your way. By adopting a Stoic mindset, we learn not only to withstand the trials of life, but to approach them in a way that enhances our understanding of ourselves and our capabilities. Habit 3. The power of choice. Now that we understand that our emotions stem from our judgments and not the events themselves, let's delve into the profound Stoic principle of choice. This isn't about choosing what happens to us, that's often beyond our control, but choosing our response. And believe it or not, in that choice lies our freedom and power. The Stoics teach us that between the stimulus and the response, there is a space. In this space lies our power to choose our response. This idea is incredibly empowering. It means that no matter what life throws at us, we have the last say on how we respond. Whether it's a rude comment, a financial setback, or a personal loss, our emotional response is ours to choose. Think about it this way. Life is like a complex dance. Events come at us in quick succession, and our emotions can react just as quickly. But like a skilled dancer who decides which steps to take on the dance floor, we can choose how to move with, around, or away from our emotional impulses. This doesn't mean ignoring our feelings. Rather, it's about acknowledging them and deciding the best course of action that aligns with our values and long-term goals. The key to making this practical is to develop what the Stoics called prosoche, or mindful attention. It's about being aware in the present moment, recognizing our emotional triggers as they arise, and consciously deciding how we'll respond. By practicing mindfulness, we can widen that space between stimulus and response, giving us the time to choose our actions wisely. This power of choice is what enabled Stoic philosophers like Seneca to remain tranquil in times of extreme stress. Seneca suggested that we should rehearse worst-case scenarios in our minds, not to dwell on them, but to diminish the intensity of our reactions when faced with actual challenges. By doing so, we become less reactive and more responsive. Moreover, embracing this Stoic approach helps us build resilience. Resilience doesn't come from avoiding challenges, but from facing them with clarity and determination. Every time we choose a response that keeps us aligned with our goals, we strengthen our ability to handle future challenges more effectively. Habit 4. Techniques for action over emotion. As we delve deeper into the Stoic practice, it becomes clear that knowing you have a choice isn't enough. You need effective strategies to exercise that choice wisely. Here are some time-tested techniques drawn from Stoic wisdom that can help you choose your actions over your emotions, turning potential turmoil into triumph. One pivotal technique involves the simple yet powerful act of pausing when an emotion flares up. Imagine you're in a heated discussion. Instead of immediately reacting, give yourself a moment. This pause is a buffer, giving your rational mind time to wake up and process the situation. During this brief interlude, you can assess the emotion. Is it anger, frustration, fear? Acknowledging what you feel can diminish its overwhelming power, allowing you to respond rather than react. Another Stoic strategy is to reframe your thoughts about the situation. This cognitive reframing involves shifting your perspective to see the event differently. If someone cuts you off in traffic, instead of getting angry and assuming malicious intent, you might consider other explanations. Perhaps they're rushing to an emergency. Changing your narrative about the event can change your emotional response to it, helping you maintain your composure and perhaps even empathize with the other person. Values-based decision-making is another cornerstone of Stoic practice. Here, you make decisions based on your core values, not fleeting emotions. Ask yourself, does reacting with anger align with my values? What would the best version of myself do in this situation? By aligning your actions with your values, you ensure that your responses contribute to the person you aspire to be, rather than a momentary emotional state. Emotional acceptance is crucial too. This doesn't mean resigning yourself to feeling bad. It means accepting that you're feeling a certain way without judgment or immediate reaction. Acceptance allows you to understand your emotions better and manage them proactively. It's like observing the clouds as they pass by in the sky. Notice them, but don't get carried away by the storm. Each of these techniques isn't just about handling a particular emotional moment. They are about cultivating a life where you consistently choose actions that reflect your rational and reasoned decisions. Practicing these techniques regularly can turn them into habits, fundamentally changing how you interact with your emotions and the world. As you integrate these practices into your daily life, you'll find that not only do your emotional responses become more balanced, but your overall sense of well-being improves, allowing you to live more fully in alignment with your Stoic principles. Habit 5. Benefits of choosing actions over emotions. When we choose our actions consciously, aligning them with rational thought rather than fleeting emotions, we cultivate an inner stability that is apparent to those around us. This stability makes us more reliable and trustworthy. In personal relationships, this can deepen bonds, as loved ones see us as pillars of strength, capable of supporting them emotionally rather than reacting impulsively to stressful situations. It means that in times of conflict or tension, instead of escalating the situation with emotional reactions, we contribute to resolving it, enhancing the quality and depth of our connections. Professionally, the ability to stay calm and collected under pressure is invaluable. In the workplace, emotions can run high, but the capacity to maintain composure sets leaders apart. This isn't about suppressing emotions, but rather managing responses in a way that is considered and constructive. Decisions made in this state are typically more strategic and thoughtful, leading to better outcomes and demonstrating a level of leadership that is respected and often emulated. Furthermore, choosing actions over emotions leads to personal resilience and mental toughness. The Stoics believed that our greatest trials are opportunities for growth. By facing challenges with a calm and composed demeanor, we train ourselves to handle future stresses with greater ease. This resilience can dramatically improve our overall well-being, reducing feelings of anxiety and depression, and increasing our life satisfaction. Essentially, we're not just reacting to life's challenges, we're actively shaping our journey through them. Another significant benefit is the development of self-awareness and self-regulation. These skills allow us to understand our emotional triggers and effectively manage them. This awareness then extends beyond ourselves, improving our empathy and understanding of others' emotions. With this enhanced perception, we can navigate social interactions more skillfully, adapting our responses to suit different situations and personalities. The practice of choosing actions over emotions equips us with tools not just to survive in our world, but to thrive. By embodying the principles of Stoicism, we don't just go through life, we grow through life, continually improving ourselves and positively impacting those around us. Habit 6. Overcoming challenges. Mastering your emotions and consistently choosing rational actions over impulsive reactions is no small feat. It's a profound challenge that requires dedication, patience, and resilience. In this journey, as Stoicism teaches us, we encounter numerous obstacles that test our resolve and our ability to apply philosophical principles to real-life situations. One of the first challenges many of us face is the intensity and immediacy of our emotional reactions. Emotions are powerful and can overwhelm even the most dedicated practitioners of Stoicism. They can surge quickly and unexpectedly, driven by deep-seated habits and instincts that have been reinforced over a lifetime. The key to overcoming this challenge isn't to suppress these emotions, but to acknowledge their presence without allowing them to dictate our actions. This requires a high level of self-awareness and the ability to pause and reflect in the heat of the moment, a skill that is cultivated through consistent practice and mindfulness. Another significant challenge is maintaining consistency in applying Stoic practices. It's one thing to remain calm and composed in a controlled environment, but it's entirely another to do so under stress, in the face of adversity, or during an unexpected crisis. The Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, which involves visualizing and mentally preparing for potential difficulties, can be incredibly helpful here. This exercise strengthens our mental resilience by familiarizing us with adversity before it occurs, reducing the shock and discomfort when challenging situations inevitably arise. Furthermore, there's the challenge of skepticism, both internal and external. Internally, you might doubt whether Stoic principles can truly make a difference in the face of real-world problems. Externally, peers or societal norms might question or undervalue the importance of emotional regulation, viewing it as unnecessary or overly philosophical. Overcoming this skepticism involves demonstrating the practical benefits of Stoic practices, not only through words, but through actions. As we embody the calm, rational, and resilient traits promoted by Stoicism, the effectiveness of these practices becomes apparent not only to ourselves, but also to others. Lastly, integrating Stoic practices into daily life poses its own set of challenges. The modern world is fast-paced and often emphasizes quick reactions and emotional expressions. To counter this, setting aside time each day for reflection, such as journaling or meditative practices, can anchor us in Stoic principles. This daily commitment turns abstract concepts into tangible actions, gradually weaving Stoicism into the fabric of our everyday lives. Overcoming these challenges requires a robust commitment to self-improvement and a deep understanding of Stoic philosophy. It's about embracing the process, knowing that each obstacle is an opportunity to practice and strengthen our Stoic virtues. By steadfastly applying these principles, we not only overcome the challenges, but also grow stronger and more capable with each step forward. Habit 7. Real-life applications. Habit 8. Scientific backing. One of the core Stoic practices involves regulating our emotional responses, which is closely aligned with what psychologists today call emotional regulation. This is not about suppressing emotions, but rather managing how we express and respond to them. Studies in the field of emotional regulation have shown that people who can effectively manage their emotions tend to have better mental health, higher satisfaction with life, and stronger relationships. These findings reinforce the Stoic view that gaining mastery over our reactions can significantly enhance our well-being. Neuroscience also offers insights into why Stoic practices are effective. The brain's prefrontal cortex, responsible for higher-order thinking, plays a crucial role in managing our emotional reactions processed in the more primitive parts of our brain, like the amygdala. When we practice Stoic techniques like mindfulness or cognitive reframing, we're essentially training our prefrontal cortex to take the lead in emotional situations. This training can increase our neural resilience, making it easier over time to choose reasoned responses over reactive ones, even during stressful situations. Moreover, the concept of neuroplasticity, or the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life, further supports Stoic practices. Each time we practice Stoic techniques, we strengthen the neural pathways that support these behaviors. This is akin to building muscle through exercise. The more we engage in Stoic practices, the stronger our emotional regulation muscles become. Research has demonstrated that consistent practice in mindfulness and reflection, both key components of Stoicism, can lead to changes in brain structures associated with awareness, empathy, and stress reduction. In addition to the psychological and neurological benefits, there's also evidence from behavioral science that supports the Stoic emphasis on habit formation. Habits play a crucial role in our daily lives, shaping our behaviors and outcomes. Stoicism teaches the importance of developing virtuous habits through repeated practice. This aligns with findings from behavioral science that show how the formation of habits can lead to sustained behavioral change, which is essential for long-term personal growth and fulfillment. By understanding the scientific principles that underpin Stoic practices, we can appreciate not just the philosophical, but also the practical value of Stoicism in modern times. It provides a framework not only for enduring life's challenges, but thriving amidst them, supported by a growing body of scientific evidence that these ancient techniques really do foster resilience, happiness, and a deeper sense of life satisfaction. Habit 9. Daily practices for implementation. One of the most effective daily practices is the discipline of mindfulness. This involves taking time each day to focus on the present moment without judgment. You can start simply by spending a few minutes each morning or evening reflecting on your thoughts and feelings. This practice helps create a mental space around our reactions, allowing us to respond to life's challenges with composure rather than impulsivity. Mindfulness can be cultivated through meditation, but it can also be practiced throughout the day, while eating, walking, or even during conversations, by being fully present and attentive. Journaling is another powerful tool in the Stoic toolkit. Keeping a daily journal can help you reflect on your experiences and the decisions you made throughout the day. It's a chance to evaluate what went well and what could be improved. This reflection isn't about self-criticism, but about self-improvement. Write about instances where you successfully applied Stoic principles and times when you didn't. Over time, you'll start to see patterns and areas where you might need to focus more effort. Visualization is a practice often used by athletes, but is equally valuable in Stoic practice. Each morning, take a few minutes to visualize how you will face the day's challenges with stoicism and grace. Imagine handling a difficult situation at work with calmness, or resolving a dispute at home with compassion and rationality. By mentally rehearsing these scenarios, you prepare yourself to act in accordance with your values when the actual situation arises. Another daily practice is to set clear intentions for the day. What Stoic virtues do you want to embody today? Whether it's courage, justice, temperance, or wisdom, choose your focus and remind yourself of it throughout the day. This intention setting can help guide your decisions and interactions, making it easier to live up to your Stoic ideals. Finally, it's crucial to practice gratitude. The Stoics believed that to be happy, we must appreciate what we have rather than bemoaning what we don't. At the end of each day, reflect on 3 things you are grateful for. This could be as simple as a warm meal, a conversation with a friend, or something you accomplished at work. This practice not only shifts your focus from what's going wrong to what's going right, but also fosters a general sense of contentment and well-being. These practices are not just exercises, they are transformative processes that, when incorporated into daily life, forge us into more resilient, thoughtful, and balanced individuals. They ground the lofty ideals of Stoicism in the reality of everyday experience, enabling us to live more fully and react more thoughtfully, no matter what life throws our way. Habit 10. Practice these 10 daily Stoic habits. Starting with mindfulness training, it's essential to cultivate a practice where you deliberately focus on the present moment. This could be through meditation, where you begin by dedicating just 5 minutes each morning to sit in silence, focusing on your breath and observing your thoughts without attachment. Over time, you might increase this to 20 minutes or more. This practice enhances your ability to stay present during daily activities and reduces reactivity to external stressors. Next is the emotional log. This involves keeping a daily record of strong emotions you experience, the situations that triggered these emotions, and how you chose to respond. By documenting these instances, you gain insight into your emotional patterns and triggers, allowing you to develop strategies to manage them more effectively. Then there's the practice of deliberately exposing yourself to discomfort. This could be taking a cold shower, fasting, or engaging in a rigorous workout. The idea is to strengthen your resilience and fortitude, teaching you that you can endure and remain composed even in uncomfortable situations. This habit trains you to act despite your feelings, aligning with the Stoic value that external conditions should not disrupt our inner tranquility. Visualization also plays a crucial role. Spend a few minutes each day imagining yourself facing and overcoming daily challenges with composure and adherence to your Stoic principles. This mental rehearsal preps your mind to act according to your visualization when actual challenges arise, reinforcing your desired behaviors. A pivotal Stoic practice is setting a daily intention or a catalyst, a single, impactful action that aligns with your values and moves you closer to your goals. This could be as simple as deciding to be particularly generous with your time or patience that day. By identifying and acting on this catalyst, you create a ripple effect of positive actions throughout your day. Incorporating micro-decisions is another key habit. Throughout your day, be conscious of the small choices you make, from what you eat to how you respond to an email. These choices might seem insignificant, but they add up and shape our character and destiny. By making these decisions deliberately, you strengthen your decision-making muscle, ensuring that your actions consistently reflect your values and goals. Ending your day with a gratitude slam can shift your focus from what went wrong to what went right. Forcefully articulate 3 things you're grateful for each day. This practice isn't just about feeling good. It's about retraining your mind to recognize and appreciate the positives, fostering a general attitude of contentment and resilience. A weekly feedback loop with a trusted friend or mentor about your behavior and reactions can provide valuable outside perspective and promote growth. This exercise requires humility and openness, but is instrumental in helping you see blind spots in your character that you might otherwise miss. Practicing the emotion-action split is about taking a moment to identify your emotional state before deciding on an action. Whenever you feel a strong emotion, pause, name the emotion, and then choose a rational response rather than acting on the emotion directly. This habit helps break the automatic link between feeling and reacting, allowing for more considered and effective actions. Lastly, daily philosophical reading, such as a page from Marcus Aurelius's Meditations or Epictetus's Enchiridion, can provide daily inspiration and reinforcement of Stoic principles. These readings serve as a mental nourishment that fortifies your resolve to live according to Stoic virtues. These 10 habits are not just activities, but are gateways to transforming your life in line with Stoic wisdom. As you integrate these practices into your daily routine, you'll find that they not only enhance your ability to manage challenges, but also enrich your life with greater peace, purpose, and fulfillment. Each day presents a new opportunity to practice these habits, each practice a step towards mastering the art of living well. Thank you for joining us today on Stoic Journal. Remember, every day is a new opportunity to strengthen your mind and lead a life of purpose and resilience. Be sure to watch one of our suggested videos to continue your journey with Stoicism, enriching your understanding and practice. We're grateful to have you in our community, exploring the profound wisdom of the Stoics together.